bringing something into the world. So I would say a modeler and somebody who is spreading the word, a word spreader.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, available in the supermarket near you soon.
And today, you didn't get the...
Okay, but that really...
that
I'm not meant to speak, by the way. I'm a coach, right? So, you know, but it's even more important than not to ask why is not to speak at all. But so who are you more metaphorically?
Well, I would say metaphor I often have liked to use for myself, and it sort of even comes out of where is a pioneer, so somebody who, which is different than just an explorer. Explorer goes and explores things. Pioneers create the trails. They go somewhere, but they're also building the paths that other people can follow as well.
Great. And what is your kind of bigger purpose?
Well, I mean, for many years, the way I express that is, to help create a world to which people want to belong and in which they can thrive. But I mean, that's canned. I mean, that's what I already know. But if I was to say that in different words, I think it's I think that my purpose is to basically to, again, empower as many other people to recognize their own capacity for excellence and service. I would say something about service and something about empowerment. Thank you, Robbie. Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, sure.
I am so curious, Robbie, to know where do you live?
I live in London and also partly in France.
Oh, I knew that. But what do you do?
What do I do? Well, and it's a diving board. I haven't prepared answers for this. What do I do? Well, I'm a teacher. I am a writer, and also I'm an investor.
So you teach, write, and invest. And how do you do that? What are the capabilities that sort of allow you to do all that?
Okay, well, the teaching took me a little bit of time to learn how to teach, a little bit of help from trainer training.
This September.
I clearly should be a salesman is going to come somewhere in this list.
I was wondering why you told that story about the best salesman.
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay. The question is about capability.
How do I do that?
Yeah. So
investing.
So teaching. How do I do that? I have basically a bunch of things that I've developed over the years, and I sort of feel a bit like a minstrel. I can take it on the road and develop it, and sometimes new ideas come to me. But on the whole, it seems to be, I tend to have the greatest hits, and I keep playing them.
So you've got your toolbox.
I've got my toolbox. Writing. I don't know, I just feel permanently guilty I don't write enough, but I'm sure it's a good thing to do. I don't know if that's a capability. And investing is something I've done for a long time. I was a businessman before I became a teacher, and so it's something which is kind of quite second nature to me, and I find it quite easy. It's a kind of running a little sort of business.
Now, if we were modeling Robbie, it's like, that's the one I want to know about. Exactly how do you invest? Because I know he's good at it. So why do you do these things, Robbie? Why do you do?
Why do I do that?
And it's interesting because some people only invest. Why do you do all of those three things?
Well, I like to share. I like, in some senses, why I do it is because I feel I've achieved and learned something and made my life more pleasant, and I felt that it's sometimes very helpful to share that with others. I love that, but also it reminds me of what I've learned. So by teaching it, I learn myself. And investing, I want to have a comfortable life, so it's a useful thing to do as well.
Great. And what values does all of that honor for you?
Okay, values. So there's something around development, learning, sharing, caring, loving. I'm just throwing in lots of nominalizations now, but they're all sincere.
But I hear them. They're not just there's something behind them.
Humor, cynicism. No, that's not really a value, is it? Happiness.
Goodness. Thank you. Feel those in the and so who are you? So you do all these things. Who are you?
No, I'm a guy who does all sorts of different things.
A weird guy.
A weird guy, that's right.
But who are you metaphorically? I mean, if you could, she said, well, okay, what would be your metaphor for who you are?
I'd say I'm a learner.
A learner.
Trying to learn about the world, about life.
It's the metaphor, though. Learner seems pretty, that seems actually pretty, if you were, I'm like what I am like.
Maybe a juggler. I'm trying to kind of keep this all together, and it's not always working. I do have a juggling ball.
I mean, I saw that ball.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. But you know, if I practice long enough.
That's why this guy is everything about him he did in that first 10 minutes. Okay. And Robbie, what is your bigger purpose? So why juggle all this stuff? I mean, what's your bigger purpose?
My bigger purpose, in some senses, for me, I've been thinking recently about this and shifting it, because though I don't want to shift it too much, there's something now about kind of coming to that next stage of life where I can begin to preserve my health and preserve my well-being, so I can continue to do what I'm doing because I love it. And that's bigger purpose, is to be able to make an impact in the world and to help people and help them change their lives and maybe learn from some of the horrible errors I've made along the way.
No wonder we work together. That's a common purpose. Thank you. So notice you reveal, obviously each level you're revealing a bit more about something about you, right? Where you come from doesn't say a whole lot. When you start getting to that level of values and beliefs, actually you start going, now I can start to see those bits of Robbie sort of shining out there. So, and then as you get to the especially things like these metaphors for the identity and that sense of purpose. So what we want to do is 5 minutes each?
Yeah, it doesn't take too long. I just stand up,